Hello everyone and welcome. This is going to be a divine feminine reading, kind of a continuation of the divine counterpart reading. I was tuning into energy of a divine feminine, kind of feeling hopeless on this journey. So I kind of wanted to put out another reading to get some more messages from guides and spirit to kind of help with positivity or just getting out of that little bit of a funk that may have been intensified during this last full moon on April 12th. So in the meditation for this reading, I was getting Put Your Records On by Corinne Bailey Ray. And I was getting your name could start with a C here. And 333 being very significant. And then the lyrics that were specifically standing out here was 3 little birds sat on my window and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's all right. The more things seem to change, the more things stay the same. Oh, don't you hesitate. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're going to find yourself somewhere, somehow. Okay, so if you feel like you've kind of just been spinning in circles on this journey, maybe the 1 foot in, 1 foot out of old life versus the new life situation, that shift, you just feel like you can't quite shift into your new self, then this message is definitely for you. It's someone on the pursuit of self, like identity, your new self, like who am I now without all of the old things about me, all of the things that I needed to let go to become this new person. Now who am I? So it's this real journey of self-discovery. Okay. And there's definitely a message coming through of really needing to ground in the here and now and not live in the past or in the future for that matter, to really try to live every day in that day and just do the best that you can in that day. Okay. And, have things like, let's say, like I'm just seeing a calendar with things scheduled, trying not to think about those future things until that day comes or until the night before when you're looking at your calendar to see what you have to do for the day. Right? And just doing your best to get done for each day what needs to get done for that day and not thinking too much ahead. Very, very important here. And then I'm also getting an amethyst stone at this time could be very important, especially if you're experiencing a lot of stress about the past or the future right now. So getting an amethyst stone could be really helpful. It can also promote sleep. So even having it near your bed when you sleep to help if you are lying awake, overthinking, okay? Have it near you while you sleep. And bottom of the deck, when it gets dark, remember that the sun always rises, right? If you're feeling in a darkness right now, to remember that the sun always rises and that this too shall pass. This came up in another reading very recently. So this too shall pass, I'm hearing. So we're gonna do the Future Higher Self Oracle deck. See what wants to come through for the Divine Feminine. Help push you through this. An eclipse may hide your light, but not forever. Very interesting because we just came out of like massive eclipse season here. Okay, so you may have been kind of pulled back into your darkness, or your darkness is being illuminated again, and you're feeling very discouraged by that, okay? And it's just because Spirit's really trying to solidify, the universe is really trying to solidify that you don't want to be that person anymore. There's certain things you really, really want to let go. And they want you to be very sure about that, right? Without a doubt, you're like, yep, I cannot keep repeating these cycles. I cannot stay on this merry-go-round, if you will. When you rise to the challenge, it rises to meet you, okay? You may have been feeling down about completion, about completing certain things, about your ability to complete certain things lately, if you're going to have the stamina to keep going. And Spirit's very much saying here that you do, okay? And that you will finish this, whatever this is. And, you will be so glad that you did. I just saw a dragonfly pass by. You will be so happy that you did see it through and you didn't quit, okay? It doesn't matter. There's a message coming through about letting go of perfectionism, okay? So you don't have to finish perfect, okay? You don't have to be the best. What you take from it is what you learned from it, and that there was some growth and expansion. I'm hearing Jupiter, so the planet Jupiter, that is the planet of growth and expansion, okay? Your shadows are just hiding the light right now. Okay, so something big. This is someone definitely feeling pulled back. I just got the chills. Pulled back into their darkness a little bit, okay? So your darkness or dark feminine may be being very much illuminated again right now. And you may be asking yourself, why does this keep coming back, okay? It's like it needs to be eradicated. You need to have no more want for that life, right? No more want for it at all. Like speaking to the universe, like, I'm done with that. I'm closing that door. I'm closing that chapter. It's over, right? And as we approach the new moon cycle coming up at the end of the month, it may be a very good time to put a nail in a coffin, so to speak, and to really write down those things that you need to release and release them this time. Like once and for all, I'm hearing. Reach for your dream knowing that it's already coming true. And just like that song said, right? I hope you get your dreams. It's not realizing it's so dependent on you. You have the power to obtain your dreams, okay? Don't give your power away in that sense, not even to the universe, You have the power to go after what you want here. When you start, the path appears, so take a step in any direction. If you're in a state where you're just paralyzed by there's so many things to do or so many ways I could go and all of that, it's like, just take a step in faith, right? Just take a step in faith. You have reached a new level and a new land to be discovered. There is something for you there, okay? It's like you reached it. You're standing at the beginning, at the threshold of it. And you need to fully trust and thrust yourself into it. Step into it, okay? And no looking back. This seems like a very specific message, but also something that really could resonate with a lot of divine feminines on the journey here. You have come back to the start to see what you missed before. Yes, your darkness being illuminated. Something may feel very full circle right now, like you're restarting your journey. So let's say you had a spiritual awakening and you kind of started making all of these changes, and then you were, pulled back into your old self a bit, your old life, okay? And kind of like mourning this new life that you kind of didn't have, right? And now it's kind of flopped and you're a little bit mourning your old life, but you're being thrusted into this new cycle, right? And you don't want to go back into another karmic cycle, right? You want to move forward this time. The final nail in the coffin, like I was saying, okay? The final death, if you will. The rebirths of all rebirths, Spirit just said. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. You may have had a few small tower moments, and tower moments, they don't have to be something catastrophic, right? It could just be like, you know, you did something you said you weren't going to do, and within that came some embarrassment of some sort, and it's like a small tower moment. Okay, we're going to do the Worker of the Light Oracle, Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And we have You're Already Doing It. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Okay, you're already doing it, right? You're just overthinking too much. And that's what I was saying with the amethyst, okay? Get an amethyst stone. Let go of the anxiety and the fear. Let go of the control. The control, those are all fear-based mentalities. We have Council of the Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm. You have a lot of help here. I can feel a lot of guides around you. You may have lost a lot of people in your life. I can feel a lot of energy, okay? I just got the chills, full body chills. So whoever this is resonating for, you have a lot of people here, okay? There's a lot of dragonflies flying around, which can indicate spiritual awakening, okay? You may be going through another round of spiritual awakening. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So high priestess energy here, okay? Hidden truths I'm getting, maybe. Okay, you need to be your true self. Truly follow your true north and be true to yourself, what it is you want in this life, right? Is there something you're hiding? Is there something you're hiding from everybody in your life? I'm hearing you're not completely being true to yourself. Ooh, all these dragonflies, wow. Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle, which is so funny because I was like, I'm going to do an oracle reading only for the Divine Feminine, this Divine Feminine that was feeling hopeless. So that's interesting. You are the oracle. Protection, call back your power. As we were saying, don't give your power away, right? Not even to the universe. You have the power to take control of your life. And I think that's where a lot of people start falling short, is they start waiting for something to happen rather than taking action, right? You got to set your intentions and take the action, okay? Cut the cords, soul retrieval. And I can't remember if it was the beginning of this reading or if it was my last reading where I was talking about pulling back the pieces of your soul, okay? The true healing. I think it was my last Divine Counterpart reading where this came through, the soul retrieval. There are actual people you can seek out to help with that too, like find a local shaman in your area. Reiki healing, I'm sure, does soul retrieval if you're interested in something like that. But even there are lots of free meditations and subliminal frequencies on YouTube as well. But you are protected in your movement, so don't fear taking steps, okay? Don't fear failure. And like I said, letting go of perfectionism, okay? You don't have to be perfect at whatever you're doing for it to benefit you, right? And that will really not only stall, but hinder you from doing anything if you feel like you have to be the best every time at what you do. Sometimes you're not going to be the best. Sometimes it's meant for you to learn from other people, I'm hearing. Okay, you're meant for people to be a little better in that situation because you're meant to learn more in that moment, which is your receptive feminine energy, right? It's a very beautiful message. It's all about changing perspective sometimes to get out of that negative mindset that we can spiral into. Starseed, what lights you up? Okay, have you found that yet? Have you found what truly lights you up? Okay, what's really setting your soul on fire for life, okay? Where you don't need to hide, you don't need to distract, you don't need to numb. Have you found that? And then bottom of the deck, who or what is triggering you? So something in this eclipse season that may needed to be reflected on, like your triggers, what triggers you and who triggers you and why. Or if those triggers only come out under certain circumstances, if something there still needs to be let go of. If that resonates, it's going to resonate. All right, let's get some of the elemental empath oracle. Honor the journey. Beautiful. Don't rush. Experience life. Respect others. Allow messes. I just got, it's okay if your house is a little messy. That may be something that overly stresses you. And yeah, that can like clutter our mind, especially on the spiritual journey. Like things need to have a place and be really clean. I completely understand that. But sometimes you can't always get to it in that day. You will get to it the next day, I'm hearing, okay? Respect others, treat others as we want to be treated, right? Very, very important message. Sometimes, you know, the stresses of life can make us a little snappy, and it's very important just to take a step back sometimes before we fire off and just put ourselves in someone else's shoes, you know? And, you know, the not rushing, experience life. So that really honing back to the message of living in the here and now. Stillness. So that grounding and meditation energy, calm the mind, overthinking, observe, awareness. And this is this purple energy with the amethyst again. So very strong on that amethyst, okay, to help with that overthinking. 10 could be really significant. You could be seeing 10-10. We have a 4 here too, and we got a lot of protection with the Council of Light and the protection energy. 444 we know is Archangel Michael. I just got raising vibration through detox. Okay, and then we have, ooh, 10. Wow, that is crazy. I said you could be seeing 10-10 and then another 10 popped out. So thank you for that confirmation, Spirit. Creatrix, express emotions, birth your creations, womb energy, okay? So you need to let your creations come to life, I just heard. You could have a lot of ideas, okay? And you're not letting any of them come to life. You need to take the step or take action on one of them, okay? Oh. Take action on one of them. We're gonna put these back and see if they come out again. That came out a little weird. 10-10, okay? So you could be seeing that a lot right now. That's a confirmation that this message is absolutely for you. Okay, breathe, return to breath, calm the mind. Breath is life, okay? So breathing, breath work. Thank you, Spirit. Breath work, okay? Again, with this amethyst, I'm getting that really strongly. That can be really tied to helping with overthinking, okay? Sometimes we don't even stop to focus on our breathing, to recognize that we even breathe. You know what I mean? Sometimes just the self-awareness with that and making sure, you know, deep breaths can really help with that overthinking. We have sunshine, light, passion, illumination, motivation, don't dim. Okay, I'm getting root chakra again I was feeling that strongly in my last reading. So healing of the root chakra, okay? And that has a lot to do with grounding, eating root vegetables, okay? Getting your feet in the dirt. Awareness, yes, so we just said that, right? The awareness with the breath, even. Key to healing, notice patterns and illusions, pause, okay? So now is a good time to pause, especially if you are feeling this chaos a bit, okay? Or this shakeup. And compassion for self and others. Soften the heart, be gentle, and see the good, okay? Really diving into your feminine energy here and finding compassion for others, even when you're triggered, I'm hearing, okay? Seeing a way to find compassion for others. And also compassion for yourself, okay? Not being so hard on yourself, I'm hearing. Not being so dang hard on yourself. Because this energy is, this overthinking energy, you could be a Virgo, okay? Or have Virgo strong in your chart, where overthinking and anxiety can be kind of like a shadow aspect of the Virgo, okay? And we did have a 3 come out here, and I said 333 earlier. Okay, and 7, compassion. So we just spoke about that. That is a very beautiful reading. I feel a lot of healing going on for whoever this is resonating with. Let's get the Astro dice and see what confirmation wants to come out here. Okay, we have the first house. And we have Neptune. So we have mysticism, dreams, intuition, psychic abilities. We did have the High Priestess energy come out. So if you're resonating with this is really confirmation here. You have psychic abilities that you're really needing to tune into, okay? And that takes a lot of discipline to walk the spiritual path, okay? You really can't be of the 3D world. Imagination and spirituality. And we were saying with the dragonfly is a spiritual awakening. You may be very much just opening up to these gifts at this time, like really opening up to them. Okay, so we have the first house, which represents your personal life, your beauty, and beginnings. Absolutely beautiful. It may also warn you of future mishaps. So with that, I see that as not wanting to be drugged back into another karmic cycle, okay? You really want to make this shift now. And that's going to really resonate hard with, if you've been resonating with this, that is going to resonate hard with you in this moment, okay? Make this shift now. And it's very fitting for the sign that we have Gemini, because this is like the twins, right? But I'm seeing light feminine and dark feminine, okay? So really needing to integrate that at this time. That is absolutely beautiful. This is the duality, mischievous emotions over rationality, curiosity, and clever thoughts. So it is like the Gemini, like it's the dark feminine. Your dark feminine is beautiful, and we need the dark feminine, but you also, the shadow aspects need to be integrated, right? Looked at, be very much aware of, be very much aware what triggers can make like real darkness come out, okay? It's not that it never needs to be seen, but where can it be channeled? Okay, so let's say like you get triggered and you get angry. What helps with that? Maybe it's a dance practice, a daily dance practice, okay? Or something like that, right? You're channeling that energy. Or, you know, some people need to just go out into nature and like scream at the top of their lungs, and it just gives this big release, right? Where can you channel and move that energy out of you? All right, my loves. I hope this helped you. I hope it gave you a little bit of guidance. I hope it helps strengthen your intuition on what you're already knowing and feeling. I love you very much, and until next time, love and light.